Yeah, cause I know that you're still ballin'. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that girl a DeLorean. 21 minutes until I gotta go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it. I met that girl right up at my show. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes until I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. Nigga, you want me cause I got the dope. That's that girl right on my friend, give it go. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles. I hit it fast, yeah, I hit it slow. Bye by the morning, girl, I gotta go. Gotta get ready, tonight is my show. If you okay, you might help in my show. Gotta be partners right under my nose. These niggas mad cause I got all the dough. These niggas mad cause I got all the dough. Changing my style cause I got every flow. Got every girl, ain't no top in my hoes. I understand that it's your girlfriend, bro, but you know I gotta keep her close. I'll be your legs and I keep them close. Living life on the edge, on the tightrope. I am so clean, I might start moving so. Try the new Rari, I don't need to know. Try the Bugatti like it's a bubble. I had your girl and you already know. Don't really like her, we friends for the most. Cube in the truck, all on my chill. Don't leave a crumb, got the bread in your toast. If you stop touching my gun, got no host. I put a coat on the top of my coat. Only 20 minutes before the show. I met that girl right up at my show. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes until I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. Nigga, you want me cause I got the dope. That's that girl right on my friend, give it go. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles. Damn, I just started it. Man, I just started it. I got please do not bother me. Don't got enough just to order me. I'm on that tree like an ottoman. Money so long like a cardigan. You lied to me, wasn't sorry then. On the weekend you was partying. It was you, me, it was targeting. It was you, me, it was targeting. Jump in the Porsche, my target. Jump in the lamb, I ain't parking it. Ice is so cold, I snowboarding it. Go to my show, they applaud me in. She called my phone with emergency. She called my phone with that urgency. I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah. She said, I need a new whip. Yeah, cause I know that you're still ballin'. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that girl a DeLorean. 21 minutes until I gotta go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it. I met that girl right up at my show. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes until I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. Nigga, you want me cause I got the dope. That's that girl right on my friend, give it go. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles.
What is good? How we doing? Thought we'd mix the intro up. I was in a bit of a mood this morning, not gonna lie. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna demonetize this live stream today. I don't give a fuck. That's the kind of mood I was in. And feels good. Feels good. I played a song that I wanted to play. And now we're in a good mood. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so sick right now. Like, I'm actually dying. Actually getting like hot. Just fucking in this jumper. But today, I thought to myself, we gotta lock in. We gotta put in the hours because, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, if you look at all of the people that have ever done anything with their lives, you got to consider, are they taking rest days? Are they thinking, I don't feel like it today, so I'm not going to do the thing that I need to do? No, they're going out there and they're putting in the work. They're doing the reps, they're being consistent. And so that's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to put in my reps. I'm here to be consistent. And so let's lock in, gang. Let's lock in. Let me chuck some music on. What up, silly lad? Let's demonetize that together and build a health app. Yeah, for real. Let's do that shit. Feeling like listening to I'm just doxing my Spotify right now. But I feel like I'm listening to Yeet today, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I feel like listening to something chill. What about New Jeans? Let's get some K-pop going, man. Like, let's go. We can start here. Dude, this song has been stuck in my head, like, freaking all day, every day. So we're gonna listen. I'm gonna make you guys listen to it with me. Is that coming through? There we go. Hang on. Before I start the music, let me explain to you what we're doing today. So we have been going through with our auto researcher tool. Like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but there's basically a skill on Claude Code made by Andrew Karpathy, who was the head of Tesla AI, as well as one of the founding members of OpenAI. And he actually built a skill called Auto Researcher. And this skill he created it as a way to help train AI models. Because what it does is it runs experiments autonomously. And whatever experiments pass, it like gets added into like the feature list or its memory or whatever. And then whatever experiments fail, it actually just goes ahead and just doesn't run them or like counts them as fails. And so what we can actually do is we can use that exact same loop that he's built to train AI models, and we can actually use it to build our apps. And we've literally been using it to build Duocode. And Duocode is at a level that I'm honestly really impressed with. Like, you can see it's got all these buttons, it's got like little tool tips for the buttons. And for those that are wondering what Duocode is, it's actually I'm coining it agentic coding interface, where you can literally talk to it and it'll get Codex and Claude Code to synthesize with one another and then come out with a response. Now, if you've been Vibecoding for longer than a minute, you will know that in order to create really good apps and in order to actually get the most out of these AI models, it's actually good to have them debate amongst one another. And so what I've found is I'm always going between Claude and Codex back and forth. And that back and forth is actually super tedious and repetitive when I'm creating like a PRD document, for example. And so I was like, why don't I just build an app that does that for me? And so if I just type in like, hey, you'll see that it has Claude on the left and Codex on the right, and they are synthesizing with one another for a response. Now, it's just broken and it's not working properly, and I think that's mainly due to me not connecting my Codex CLI correctly, but that's the whole point of this. And this primarily, I'm going to say like 80 to 90% of this was actually built through the auto researcher skill. All I did was I created a one-shot prompt, like a really decent one. It came up with the UI, which I really liked. Here you can see the light version, if it wants to load. Right there. And like, I was super happy with this. I think it looks great. It kind of gives that Claude element while also feeling original. And yeah, then from there on, all I've been doing is getting Auto Researcher to continuously pump out and create features. It came up with all of these ones down here. If you go into, if I go like into settings, you can see it's got all these different parameters. And this was all, like, I didn't prompt any of this. This is automatic. So really cool, and I'm looking to expand this as we go. I'm seeing the use of auto researcher, and I'm like, dude, what if I just implement the auto researcher into this, and now I have literally two AIs talking to one another to come up with a PRD document, just like I do. Then I have the auto researcher go out and build the thing, just like I would have done anyway. So it's getting to a point where I'm like, damn, this is an agentic coding environment. It's just doing everything for you. So yeah, this is kind of a little introduction to the side project that I've been working on alongside the app factory, because as I'm building the app factory and how difficult it is, like, look at this, none of these apps actually passed, which actually tells me that the review phase is way too strict. Because what I've realized is we have Codex reviewing the code for our apps, and when Codex reviews the code, it's sending the apps back. So this leads me to believe that Codex is being way too strict, because there's a 3-pass policy. If it doesn't get passed by the third iteration, it's actually gonna get blocked, just like it's done so here. So let's, first thing first, head over to our coding environment here, and let's see who is available. Oh yeah, and another cool thing that we built yesterday is this pixel office thingy. This is just for fun, because we're waiting for all the other AI agents to kind of finish up. But let's continue here. Which one? There was someone working on this. What's this? This one stopped working. Where things are and how this operates. We have a lot of change that we made to the GitHub repo, which wasn't fully okay. Let's just have a look over here. You should be able to rerun the app factory now and actually verification results rather than the old. Okay. Let's go ahead over to Whisperflow. So another issue that I have found is I think we need to look into the review phase a bit more carefully, because as you can see, every single app that we've built has been blocked at the review phase. So this leads me to believe that either one, the revisions that are being made are not being sent to the builder bot correctly, and two, maybe the review agent itself is being a bit too strict. So I'd like to know, like, what are the parameters in order for the review agent to pass an app? Could you list that out for me, or could you find that out for me? I know that when I get Codex to review Claude's code, it usually makes a list of findings from high to low. And I'm curious, does the review agent do the same thing? What is the threshold that the review agent has that lets an app pass? Is it needs to be perfect? Is it 90%, 80%? I just want to know what's going on in detail so we can look at fixing it. All right. Yo, Axa, how we doing, brother? Slyfawn, Ayo Doobie has gone full elusive mode. Good morning, all. Yes, sir. I'm using a few niche skills to build my personal AI. Such as? What skills are they? Let's check on some music. Let me know if this is too distracting. Might be a bit distracting. So this was working on, I noticed it won't let me scroll. This is good, we can archive this. Continue. Let me just make you alright. What was the prompt that you used to create the character icons? They look really ugly. And 2, you can see that they have a background. Google's Nano Banana actually doesn't create transparent layers, but ChatGPT does. So if we want to use ChatGPT for the image generation of the characters, can you prompt it directly what you want the character to look like? If you just say, oh, we need characters, it's not actually going to produce a good outcome or a good output. So you need to directly prompt it what you think the character needs to look like. And I think it should just be like a full body, like pixel, NPC, office character looking thing. Like it shouldn't be this weird robotic alien looking shit. What's it saying here? Alright, so these are the pass rules in order for the verification to work. Like just web design front end for now to work on my personal website, daily coding, and a QA one. Cool. What's the website? Is it like a landing page or something? I traced the review path. The short version is an app does not need to be perfect, but the bar is stricter than just looks mostly okay. The pass formula is same data wiring must pass. There must be no high or critical issues. That exact boolean in scripts review. So 7.9 fails even when with no severe issues. 8.7 still fails if there is even one high or critical. The model also has to explicitly say pass true. What the review agent checks. The review prompt. On top of that, the mechanical review input includes each issue has that schema in script. When a project gets blocked, the runner behavior is in if review passes, project moves to monetize. If review fails, is in most important thing I found. There is a real handoff weakness between review and build. Review does write actionable feedback into state, and it builds that guidance from both and the issue list in, but the build prompt does not explicitly tell the builder to read and prioritize it. Just say read state, don't be generically. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of information being passed back to the build agent that it gets lost in the noise. So part of what we need to do is actually simplify how this information is being processed, specifically between the build and the review agent. Because if we're just giving the build agent like 10 different files to look at, then obviously it's going to get context bloat and only prioritize a few of those things. I've seen just in a big prompt that's more than 1,000 words, it will 100% miss information and prioritize certain things. So obviously this is going to happen across multiple files, across multiple folders as well. So yeah, I think we need to optimize this specific section. How do you think we should go about this without breaking the actual functionality of the app factory? Maybe go plan mode. Alright, this music is distracting. I take it back. We're not doing this. Let me go lo-fi beats maybe? Yo, what's that bot that lets the chat decide? We should actually implement that. Let's go lo-fi. Maybe this one. Jazzy beats? Alright, done. Personal website, it actually has good SEO. How do you know? Have you tested it? I want screamer music, lol. Bro, as if I would be able to concentrate with screamer music. Try using Impeccable to make it look less AI built. Impeccable? What's that? Design fluency for AI harness. Great design prompts require design vocabulary. Most people don't have it. Ah, cool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What's the difference between something like Impeccable versus like the front end design skill? This one's backed by Claude. Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna save this. Thanks. Try it out. Is it free or do you need to pay for it? It's a skill. Yo, have you looked into the App Store Connect CLI? Uploads everything from Xcode to TestFlight or App Store, all from terminal. I actually haven't, but mine does it. Mine already does that. So I must be using it. Have you looked into the App Store Connect CLI? I think I'm using that. I've been using the App Store Connect API. Now I'm not sure if that's connected to the CLI, but it seems to be working fine for my app factory. My app factory, the way it works is the moment I hit deploy, one of these is built, it automatically sends me an invite for me to test it on TestFlight, and uploads the app to the App Store Connect with all the metadata like descriptions, screenshots with like mock characters inside it and everything. That's how mine works. No, it's free. Just tell it to web search and crawl. Bro, I see you live. I don't know about this work, but I see you live 49 day, 47K. If I start, I won't do this. What should I do? Because I want to print like you, bro. Hold on one sec. You just gotta start, man. Don't overthink it and just start, bro. Whatever advice is out there, whatever information is out there, it's all bullshit, man. All you gotta do is stop consuming content, stop listening to what people have to say, and just go out there and do it. That's literally all you gotta do, bro. Just start live streaming, start coding. Who cares if you leak an API? Who cares if someone like says something about how you look, bro? Just go out and do the thing, because that's the only way that you're actually going to learn. If you watch a YouTube video teaching you how to make money, or if you watch my live streams teaching you how to code or whatever information you get out of this, like it's not going to be anywhere near as valuable as if you just go out and do the thing. That's what I've come to realize. So stop consuming less content, because it tricks your brain into thinking you're actually doing work when technically you're not even doing work. You've consumed enough content. I already know you have, just like I did back in the day when I was just watching a shit ton of Alex Hormozy videos thinking, oh yeah, if I watch this 1 hour Alex Hormozy tutorial, 100% I'm doing work. That's me working, right? No, it's not. It's not bringing you any closer to your goals. You've already watched enough of those videos. Just go out and do the fucking thing. That's my advice for you. Stick your dish. It's cutthroat, man. Just go out and do the thing. Don't overcomplicate it. How should build receive you review? Keep the 80 no high. Add instrumentation now and plan a second pass to adjust thresholds only if the handoff fix does not material proof. Keep rules. Okay. That's dope. Also, I'm looking for a home server setup, but don't know if I should do a Mac Mini setup or an Ubuntu setup. I can find a workaround to make the apps on Ubuntu since it doesn't have Xcode. Mac Minis are like a 10-week back order and 20 weeks for a decent setup. Damn, is it really like that now? Is it actually that? Damn, I didn't realize they were sold out everywhere. Man, shout out Apple. They really winning everyone's hearts with that, hey. Honestly, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You probably better off asking Vince in our Discord server. He's really good with that sort of stuff when it comes to hardware, because he's running a lot of local models. So yeah, have a chat with Vince in the Discord server. He's very helpful. I won't comment on something that I'm not too familiar with. There are just too much in this AI field and it's evolving way too fast to even keep up. I don't think anyone can learn all of it. It's just too much, so I agree to just gotta experience it. 100%, man. There's just way too much shit going on, bro. Like, every single day, I told myself I'm gonna make YouTube videos and make content about all the latest shit that's going on in AI. And then I realized there's something new happening every single day. Like, how do I can't even write a script that fast. You know what I mean? Maybe I will get there over time. Like, I'm still quite a new content creator, but like, dude, there's so much new information coming out every day. You just got to be in the weeds and you just got to experience it. If you have a full-time job, if you have a family, like, I think you just need to find a way to put aside at least 2 hours, 3 hours every single day, minimum, to be able to work on this stuff. And in order to do that, you need to have some level of passion. And, you know, I think passion can be manufactured. I think you can actually get passion once you start the thing. Like, it's not like I was passionate about vibe coding. I only got into this after I started seeing results and started learning how to, you know, bring in customers. Like, when I launched Allminer and I saw the success of Allminer, I was like, hang on a second, I actually really enjoy doing this stuff. And even when I launched Sway, and Sway got like no users, I started thinking, hang on a second, I actually really enjoyed building Sway, even though it wasn't successful. And that's when I figured out, hang on a second, I'm actually quite passionate about this. I think you just got to go out and do the thing, man. Almost all your problems will be solved. All your stresses, if you go out and do the thing. Because if you actually try and give it a shot and you fail, you can sit comfortably knowing like, okay, I tried. But if you don't try, then you're not going to know that you're going to fail. And then you're going to sit there thinking, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? And that's where the stress comes from, because you haven't done what you're actually supposed to do that you know you're meant to do in your head. Reduce context flow in the build review. Can you tell I've had a lot of coffee today? I'm like buzzing. Verify prompt changes, preserve compatibility and audit trail, import changes to interfaces. I mean, looks good to me, man. Codex is the GOAT, man. I trust Codex with my life sometimes, man. I'm not gonna lie. Here's what I found and fixed. Actually, I take that back. I don't trust Codex with my life. I definitely don't trust Codex with my life. You reckon if your life depended on it, an AI model could like solve a complex equation or a question that is a little nuanced to save your life? Do you think? A genuine question. Are we at that level? Hey, Marcel Agency. What up, bro? Welcome back to the live streams. New open sources and tools coming out every day. Yeah, bro. Every single day on X, I'm seeing a new freaking tool come out that has 20,000 likes. Like 20,000 likes is mega viral on X, you know? Isn't that interesting? The like ratio is different on X versus like Instagram and TikTok. Instagram and TikTok, you can have posts that get like 1 million likes, like quite consistently. You can have a post that gets like, you know, 10 million views. But on X, it's like way less. It's like you can, a post that gets like 3,000 likes is considered like mega viral on X. I mean, not mega viral, but like decently viral. Where a post with 3,000 likes on TikTok or Instagram isn't actually considered that viral. You know, it's kind of like almost like a medium to small creator. And then the big creators get like millions of likes. Like if you look at an Elon Musk tweet, he gets like 120,000 likes on a tweet. You know what I mean? Where like if a creator were to get 120,000 likes on an Instagram reel, they'd be pretty freaking big. But it's not like Elon Musk level big, you know what I mean? M5 Mac Mini is releasing soon, that's why they sold out. Hopefully end of this month. Okay, let's see. I want to watch all your life in first days so far. Do you think it's useful? I mean, if you're looking to live stream yourself, then maybe you can find information out of it. I'd probably recommend skipping the first few days, because I'm literally I'm proper stupid in those first few days, man. I'm like moving everything wrong. I'm like not coding shit properly. I definitely think you might need to, but it depends. I think there's a bit of motivation to find there as well, though, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for inspiration, motivation, maybe the first few days will be helpful for you, because you can see like I literally didn't know anything back then. So I like to think I know like a lot more now. The things that I'm building are a lot more complex. The fact that I'm able to even talk about a lot of the things that you guys ask questions about is, I surprise myself sometimes what I know. Verify GitHub repo matches dev server, then update core.md. Okay. Have open. Yeah. Codex CLI. Does that work? This burns through tokens, I've noticed. What are y'all saying? OP bro, is your app factory set up on your main machine or separate Mac? It's on my separate Mac Mini. The learning is exponential, bro. I didn't use any AI except a free tier ChatGPT until 3 weeks ago. Everything makes sense. You just gotta forget trying to watch videos and just do it. Yeah, exactly. Whatever Honor is saying, bro. You just gotta forget. You just gotta stop watching videos and just go out and do the thing, man. Bro, I see the breaking this guy build Tinder for dogs headlines on X, bro. I know, right? Actually, the SMM panels, social media manager panels, is that what it is? Are those your Automator Lab? That's the thing where you can buy like likes and retweets and stuff like that, right? I've actually looked into that a little bit before. It's so repeatable right now. Dude, for real. This is X, is where everyone is all CEOs, all politicians. It's a great place for views. I see that. 4 months into Vibecoding and I still have a ton to learn, bro. Tell me about it, man. I feel like I'm only at the tip of the iceberg. Doobie, check Discord chat for link to good agent built website. Let's have a look. Yo, this is cool. Did Vince do this? Oh, this is the freaking toe puppets thing, you weirdo. Puppets for your toes. I can't believe you actually got Vince to do this. Alright, quick little context for those who don't know. I was in the voice chat yesterday with Vince, Slyfawn, Mr. J, and I think it was Ness. And Vince is actually showing off his ferret website builder thingy, and he was just testing it out with a bunch of different stuff. And Slyfawn kept going, build a website for toe puppets, build a website for toe puppets. And so he's actually gone out and convinced Vince to make this, which is kind of funny. Puppets for your toes. Yes, really. Handcrafted puppets for your toes for kids who giggle and adults who should know better. Made with organic cotton, questionable life choices, and an unreasonable amount of love. Bro, what the hell is going on? Okay. It's a nice website though. Like, is this one shot? I have a feeling this might even be a one shot. I know that's how you guys like to operate. Hey, these are ugly though. I'm not gonna lie. What's kind of interesting is when I click on it, it zooms in on the image slightly. I don't know if you guys can see that. $10. Yo, they got a Darth Toto, Toverine, Spider Toe, Wonder Toe Man. These are so lame. How it works. Oh my god. Dude, what is that graphic? Yuck, dude. Dude, that graphic grosses me out, man. Change that instantly. I don't know, for a toe puppet website, I feel like there is a lack of feet in this site. You've got this. I don't think that's a toe, man. That looks like a finger to me, dude. You ain't going out telling me that is a freaking toe. There's no way. Get first dibs on new drops. I bet Slythorn freaking chucked his email in here in an instant. You got some cool puppets here. Is this all Nano Banana? This has to be Nano Banana. The image generations are too good. Waddle Duck, the Incredible Toke, Professor Wiggleton, Nicola Tosla. That one got a laugh out of me. Galaxy Toe. Bro. What is going on here? Like, seriously. Click on the pages. Alright. Dude, that is not what I want to see, bro. Nah. Dude. Talk about demonetization on the live streams, man. Far out. Get the dogs out. What are the materials? Organic cotton exterior. Hyperallergenic polyester. Bro, I'm allergic to polyester, bro. Come on, man. I can't even use it now. Oh yeah, nice reviews, bro. My 2-year-old, yeah, did you write this review, bro? This is cool. I actually rate it though. It's funny. It's a cute website. Logo is a bit questionable. I'd say it's like low-key 90% there. There's just a couple things that are a bit wonky, like little things like this. Scroll down a little bit. These are like a bit, I don't know why they look like that. You know, they didn't look that bad on these. So why do they look like that there? Even this, like maybe the text could be different. But hey, that's like pretty close to decent, man. I think it's cool. Good job. Vince has confirmed that he one-shotted this website. Codex used to be 2x rate limit. Yeah, dude. I noticed that as well. Man. I keep hitting the rate limits myself. Done. New sprites are live. Oh. Let me go back here. Oh, what? Which broke this? Which one broke this? I think you broke the local host 7778 where our app was function. I don't know who broke it. Was it this guy or was it this guy? Smells like AI generated reviews. Of course it was. Wait, for real? I didn't want to demonetize. Nah, I was joking. I'm talking shit. How has coding come to? What has coding come to? Crazy comment. Codex plus OpenCode is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm getting sick of hitting rate limits on Claude so fast. Dude, everyone's doing it. Claude's doing it. Codex is doing it. Everyone's hitting rate limits. I think it's missing. It's missing information. Screenshot this. Looks like the old code. This looks outdated. Not showing the 3 active projects we had. The compact handoff flow, the handoff config block. I'll let this configure itself out. VO 3.1 Google became free, by the way. 10 times a month is free, so y'all can make some movies if you want. Interesting. Have you tried Suno v5.5? What's that? I definitely haven't. On the 20 USD Claude plan, you have start planning with Opus, and all of a sudden, you're out of tokens for the next 4 hours. Oh yeah, dude. I bet the $20 Pro plan is not even usable right now. With multiple Gmails? I mean, fair enough. Dude, VO3 was hella expensive when I was using it. I remember I was using it to do the B-roll for my YouTube videos, and it was like too expensive. It cost me like $40 for one video. I maybe did like 15 generations, 20 generations. So 10 free gens a month is actually a really good deal. They're giving you like $50 for free there. Not showing. See? Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna blow my nose. I'll be back. Give me 2 seconds. Your 3 should appear with 1 when you click rejections in the sidebar. Let me check. Hang on a second. I think it's this one. Where did I share the image? I think it was this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this. Should look more like this in active projects. I come from a completely different background. What you doing? What is happening? Yo, senior, what's good, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute. Currently working in a medical lab. Jeez. Did he add the marketing? No, I haven't added the marketing yet, bro. I'm still freaking debugging this app factory. I'll tell you what's wrong though. I got to log into App Store Connect. But basically what's kind of happening, and you guys tell me if I'm trying to be a perfectionist, right? But when I log into App Store Connect, I want it to be to a level where 1 in 10 apps are getting rejected. Right now we've got 1, 2 out of 7 apps, 2 have passed. Like that success rate is, what's that mathematically? 2 out of 7, that's a 28% success rate. Like that's not very high. I'd like to get it to at least like 80, 90%. For a builder recently starting out, what advice or insights would you give in regards to distribution and marketing, advertising, built apps? I would say experiment and try a lot of things and expect to fail. You just got to go out and do the thing. When I built AllMiner, and when we were marketing AllMiner, like I just kept posting content, and it got to a point where like it was getting good engagement. Like we're getting 42 likes, 2.3k views, 15k views, 1.9k views, 1.3k views, and sometimes you just get noticed. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to go out and do the things. Right place at the right time. We had Tolly literally retweeting our tweet, the co-founder of Solana. So yeah, I reckon just go out and do the thing. There's all sorts of new methods out there right now. You've got AI UGC, you've got automated DMers, you've got Reddit keyword like finders and alarms and stuff. There's so much stuff out there. You just got to go out and try and see what works for you, and don't give up straight away if you don't see results in a day. Try it for a week, A/B test. If you're by yourself and you're a developer, and I know as developers we all love building shit, but just try for 1 week to stop building, and for 1 week just focus on marketing and try three different tests. Do one test of like, okay, let's try out this AI UGC thing. Do another test and be like, okay, let's try out this, let's just do Reddit and like comment under Reddit pain points, and then do another one. You know what I mean? Maybe I got to make a YouTube video and talk about my item. Like try different things and see what works, or see what sticks for a week. Do it for a week. Don't do it after one single attempt. Do each of them for a week. How come from the App Store it says the app is from DBK? I remember you told me you had an LTC. Yeah, I do have an LTC, but I haven't connected it to the App Store Connect. And I probably will have to make that switch once we start making money, but for now, just for shits and gags, I just did it through my name. For builders, Doobie, love your content, homie. Wishing you great success, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks. I heard some news about Apple planning to block Vibecoded products on App Store because their poor security systems are getting out of hand. I think that is fake news. They have been blocking Vibecoding apps that allow users to create code from scratch through their App Store. So that's Replit, that's anything, and that's another app called Vibecode. Those three got blocked, and that's because it allows people to make apps within the app, and they didn't like that because they can't verify code that doesn't exist yet. Gotta find your niche. It's easier with your name, right? Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, in Australia, you can operate as a sole trader. I'm sure you can do this in America or wherever you live as well. But if you operate under your name, it's like super easy. Everything just works the same. But if you operate through a LTC or LTD, sorry, then you can get like some tax deductions in certain areas and stuff. So the way that I like to operate is I usually just do everything through my name to start. And then if it starts making money, I switch over to my company. The fix is live, refresh localhost. And honestly, don't ask me about tax advice because I'm not the right person, man. Ooh, I don't like this. Why does this look wrong? The UI looks different. I preferred the old UI. Liked the preview UI. Are you just writing new code? Find the old code and make sure there are no overlaps. Chances are the newer code is higher priority and it could be overlapped and blocked by older code. Now it's live on the actual. Doesn't look live. Does not look live still. Okay. Are you in Australia? Yes, I'm in Sydney. How are you using Opus 4.61 mil? Is that on API billing? No, it's not. This is through my coding environment conductor. It's just CLI, normal subscription. How do you market your apps with Larry Brain? Well, how I plan to do it is you got to set it up first in... Oh, I don't even have the channel anymore. Do I? I don't think I do. I think the best way for you to learn is to watch this video. It's honestly my most underrated video, man. I literally interview the creator of Larry Brain, this one right here. So go check it out. I think it's one of my best videos. If you want to learn how to autonomously market your apps using an Openclaw skill, check it out. It literally walks you through step by step. Just checked out on your old videos. You used to do 3D printing? No, I didn't. What do you mean? I didn't used to do 3D printing. I used to do AI image generation. I think you might be getting them mixed up. Yeah, it is. MRI Data Labs. Watch that video. feel like this is I feel like this chat has broken my app factory a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Pixel Office is live now. Hard refresh. Still showing the old designs. Dude, your goat, how much have you made on this? On the App Store? Bro, I haven't made any money on the App Store yet, man. Like, this is a very new space for me. App Store specifically. So, I'm still learning. But we can look at my analytics right now. Of the 2 apps that have launched, we've gotten 23 downloads. Split IOU has 3. Plant Pulse is 20. So that's with 0 marketing, to be fair. But yeah, this is kind of the results so far. Plant Pulse is very usable. I think we just need to start pushing it. I don't want to start pushing and building out the marketing infrastructure until we have the app factory working, because I don't know, it just doesn't feel like there's a point in building the marketing if the actual thing creating the apps isn't working yet. Like, that feels like we got to fix this challenge first before we start working on the next one. Can you create little pixel humans yourself without using image generation? Kind of like how you did with the background. That's the full picture the Victoria Workspace had of additional UI changes, including the Pixel Office blocked project UI and much more, all saved in commit on the branch. This was never merged to main. Let me get that version of the index and use it as the base, then apply my blocked filter fix on top. Blocked projects, visible and active projects, the works. Let me use this as the index HTML and also grab the sprites in server.py. Okay. Cool, looks like this is gonna fix it. All 48K is from Ore Miner? No. We made about 4K from the Ore Miner. You can read the description if you want. We built Ore Miner. Actually, Ore Miner ended up making us... It made 4K in MRR, and then it also made 37K from the airdrop that we received, and then we got 10K from maltboard.art. I know the math ain't mathin', but yeah, true, the maths ain't mathin' at all there. But crypto has dropped a lot since then, so that 4K that I got might even actually only be worth like $1,000 right now. Solana has tanked. I'm not sure if you guys follow crypto that much, but when we started this, like, it was literally double. Yeah. So that's kind of why we're branching out of crypto, which is very new to me because crypto was kind of where my expertise lied. So this is kind of me learning from scratch again, which is fun. But yeah, I'm not as knowledgeable as I would like to be in this app store space. Now serve the version you had before with block. Okay. So go here. Nice, it's working. Okay, perfect. Dope. Dope, dope, dope. So how is the local host being served? From GitHub or local? I actually forgot. Not showing new changes. Please try add again. Wait, let me check this. Local. Make sure it is in the right spot. Local host is served locally, not from Git. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit continue with all of these. And we should be able to see if this new review phase works. Continue on all the blocked projects to test this new flow. Can you verify that the button worked? If it didn't, please make fixes. The characters are still nano banana image gens. I want you to generate them yourself without image gen as little pixel characters that can move around. What you making? We are making a app factory that builds apps autonomously. And the whole concept is that build failed, build failed, build failed. Okay, that's not good. Let me check why. Okay, it didn't work. Codex can fix that. Okay, these characters are better. Nice. Cool. Your recent beginner's guide to Openclaw needs to blow up because it's like the only great video I've come across in terms of how to set it up. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. It took me a long time. It took me like a whole month to film that video because I literally watched all the other tutorials and looked at what they'd missed and then made my tutorial based off of that. So, yeah. go over here. I think, what was it? Where'd we left off here? Please continue. Just say please continue on all of these. What is the best way to make the to push the dev server changes live to packaged app? Doobie, you put more effort into it? Into what? Where's the war room? Yo, true. Need a freaking war room. Lol. Nah, we got an office room, bro. Interesting that these characters are cool. I actually like them. Stick Curtis is actually a lot to learn. It's simple, you can vibe code anything, but there will be things missing. Security and not optimized to its full potential. You basically can build a quick MVP. I mean, yeah, low key. Build the MVP, see if you can get traction. If you get traction, then you're gonna have enough money to pay for a developer to then build it. We need a red button nuke room. Doobie, you see the how to set up Openclaw vid? You can defo repurpose that in a few ways. Clean shorts. True. That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Cheers, bro. Appreciate that insight. Should actually look into that a little bit more. I plan to cut it up and chuck it into the Discord, so it's a bit more bite-sized chunks. War Room is the vibe code of voice channels. Where are you, G? Hey, Slyphorn's not wrong. He's not wrong. Button path was not reliable. Okay, so give us a refresh. Showing like this now, what is happening and what do we do? Man, gonna have to go through codecs again. Review.md, Claude.md, so you are up to date. For contact with what's going on, read thoroughly. Now you can see in active projects, when we click to expand on an app, it's meant to show all of the ideation and research data that we've found. And you can kind of see in the idea queue what it looks like when we have all of that done. Now it seems to be stripped away or lost when it moves to the active project section. And I'm just curious why. And can we please fix it? In the workspace, the screenshot doesn't match the actual projects at all. There is no... What did you now? Reload the control panel tab fully. Still appears? Okay. You're almost certainly looking at a stale tab or a different workspace session. Yeah, so the verification is from the project state.nd files and UI. The current state. You are looking at the old app factory, not the new one. This is why none of your changes actually work. Read the .claude.md files so you are up to date. Codex hallucinating on me right now, for real. No hard. Okay, let's see. Now I need to look at what this chat built. I will continue on the blocked project to test this new flow. I feel like a lot of the information being passed to... Yo, Doobie, what's happening to your project right now? What do you mean? Which one? What tool is this? Claude Code, Openclaw. So the left-hand side, we have Claude Code and Codex inside of Conductor, which is my coding environment. And we are building this app factory on the right-hand side, which autonomously builds apps for us. New with more experiments. Yeah. Yes. Archive this. Okay. Is this the one that did the hard review gates? I think it was this one. Like this thing right now you're trying to solve, it ain't the app builder app thing. Yeah, okay. So basically what's happened is we've got the... So quick backstory is we built this autonomous app factory and we built it in a way where it only worked on this specific device. And I realized if I'm to monetize this and, you know, give people like in my community access to this, then I need to actually build it in a way where it works on any device without this specific setup. So I've had to build the entire thing from scratch as a package.dmg for Mac users. And it's caused a whole new array of issues because it's just a completely different build now. And so what we've actually been having to do is iron out all these kinks. You know, we've successfully been able to launch an app to test flight, which is a good thing, but we're not able to consistently do it in a way without breaking things in the app factory. So we're just, every time I come into this stream, all I'm doing is I'm debugging whatever issues I find. I'm, you know, making it stronger and stronger to the point where it makes less and less of those issues. And then hopefully we can get to a level where, you know, I can share this with you guys. Reasons are cleared. Okay, let me do this. What do you to do now? Refresh the dashboard. If it says build failed, do a hard resume. It says building, the resume is working. Okay. Now, regarding you getting confused with the old app factory and the new one, you know, this is an issue that has occurred time and time again. And every time we try to fix it, it's not working. What can we do to fix this? Can we remove the old app factory entirely so we don't make these issue again? Just be careful when removing that none of the code is connected to the new app factory. We need to cleanse the workspace. Which is better, the Codex or Claude? I'm not gonna lie, I love Claude and I love Opus, but recently, and by recent, I'm talking like yesterday, Codex has been pulling weight, man. Every time Claude messes up, Codex is like able to fix it. So is this an app or like a SaaS? I mean, when you download a software, it always depends on the device you use, right? Can't be one that is fully universal. Get me? I mean, this is an app. I mean, it's an app and a SaaS. Like they're both kind of one and the same, but this works for Mac specifically. And the whole concept is you connect your Claude, you connect your Codex, you connect your App Store developer account, and it can literally go out and build apps for you. It goes out and researches pain points that you can see here, finds what's wrong, and then creates like a full-on validation for the app, and then goes and builds the app, and then actually submits it. And we know this works because Plant Pulse was submitted through this exact process. Split IOU was submitted through this exact process. Both are monetizable, and if a paying user comes along, we'll have our first paying customer. So we know it works. The only issue is how consistently it works. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually resubmit this. This one was weird because it said like crypto related, and this app is not crypto related at all, so I have no idea why I did that. I think we could try posture pin. Also, it said that MatchMind things weren't working properly, which is weird. Because I remember in test flight it was working fine. It's going back to build failed again. It's gone back to build failed. Why is it doing that? Is Claude working? I think we need to add a tooltip where user can hover and it gives a more specific insight that is one sentence long. Okay, so if we give this a refresh, it's still not showing. Name mismatch, okay, that's fine. So let's just focus flow AI then. Bro, have you a good video for beginners? Yeah, look at my recent Openclaw masterclass video. So the problem, you recently tried to make it device broad. Right now you wanted to make it universal devices. It's bugging. Yeah, so we've had to rebuild everything from scratch, right? So we got the previous build, we got it to a level where it was actually pretty decent. However, we lost a lot of that progress because we had to rebuild it from scratch. And so now we're kind of just ironing out. I think we've just almost caught up to where we used to be. And now we're just kind of ironing out these kinks, making it more reliable, making it more robust. You know, these build fails, I don't want that happening randomly. But yeah, we're definitely in a position where we're getting closer. If we look at, like, for example, we have this onboarding system, which we didn't have prior. So there's other things that we've done that have actually taken us further. And it gives you a full onboarding guide on like what to do. It gives you like this setup guide thing. We have an office. I'm a Vibecoder too, but isn't Mac Apple one of those things that they're not universal, they're exclusive? So like, I mean, make one that is for iOS, then one for Windows, one for whatever. Yeah, you can definitely do that. The only thing is, I don't have a Windows device, so I don't want to make something for Windows and not be able to test it. So I'm just sticking with Mac for now because I'm comfortable with it. And we can go from there. I've watched the masterclass video 3 times and I'm still having issues learning Openclaw. Nose night. That's tough, bro. I don't know how to help you, man. That was like all my knowledge in Openclaw in that video. Why did you decide to rebuild from scratch? So we could make it more scalable. The original build that we had wasn't very scalable. It like depended on like very specific folders and like how it was built. So we had to rebuild the whole thing as a packages.dmg so users could just one click install it. And you see those chats you have open on the left, don't they easily hit their context windows like when they start hallucinate? I created one you could create is a context health checker skill. That's not a bad idea. The thing is, like, it's already built into your terminal. If you use Claude Code in the terminal, it already tells you what the context health is. But I mean, yeah, it definitely does happen. I need to constantly archive the chats and reopen them. It's definitely an issue for sure. But it's not such a big issue that I've found I need to do that, to be honest. All right, let's see if this works. Open where the file is located. Rebuilt. Which one is it? One is it? There's a few DMG files here. This does not include our fixes to rebuild run. Run it for me, mate. Why you asking me to do shit, man? That's your job. The issue was a name mismatch. Okay, we fixed that. I think we can archive this now. That stale process is clearing. Okay, starting build phase. Nice. Okay. I'm force stopping that stale process, clearing the lock and starting a fresh one from the fixed repo now. It's working directly is the live workspace, not a deleted conductor folder, and it has already started a fresh build run from Intentra. I'm waiting a few seconds to confirm it no longer instantly flips back to the deleted folder error. Okay. Claude Code is installed and responding. It's processing healthy and no longer using the deleted folder. Target. Okay. Let's give this a refresh. Nice. Okay, builds are working. Can we confirm fixes are implemented into the app factory loop so it doesn't happen again and are permanent. Another thing worth mentioning is MatchMind was actually submitted into the App Store Connect and it got rejected. So I actually copied the rejection note that the reviewers left behind and pasted it into the chat inside our rejection page where MatchMind was. And after I did that, it went back into active projects and started building. So can you just review that those review notes are being used? And if not, like where are they? I just want to make sure that flow works. You know, if an app gets rejected and goes into our rejections page, and then I copy the rejection notes and paste it into the app's chat or notes and hit submit, is that functionality actually working or is it just a gimmick? You know, I want to just make sure that's working and double check everything. LMAO, don't abuse AI because isn't Anthropic's adding emotions to their next models? Yo, be nice to the AIs, man. Be nice to the AIs, they're gonna take over. Nah, 100%. I did hear that. That'll be interesting, hey. Not even working. We need a feature to refresh chat. Keep seeing the old chats from prev tests. Might look a bit confusing because I'm literally working on like 10 different things at once. I feel like live streaming has gotten me better at multitasking because I'm able to talk to the chat while building an app factory, while also building my agentic coding environment, while also running multiple instances at the same time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely wasn't able to do this on the first day. There's no way. I've confirmed the UI path writes a rejection letter into state and then sends the app back to build. Checking live intention now to answer the more important part. Yes, this flow is real, it is not a gimmick. The rejection note was actually used. The clearest proof is the live project log in decisions.md, which contains a dedicated rejection fix section that lists Apple's rejection points. So the current behavior is you paste the rejection note dashboard. The last part is why. Intention currently shows rejection in state. It does not mean that note was ignored. It means the builder already consumed it and cleared it as instructed. So this is more reliable going forward. Okay, Cool. Okay, it's running build. Okay, I think we got someone in the review room, Matchmind. Yo. Running build in the review room. Okay, interesting. This is progress. Can we do a high level review of the app factory and see if there are any issues or loose ends? Build succeeded. Transitioning to review. Let's go. Okay, we fixed that problem. Finally. Only took us an hour and 36 minutes. Perfect. Man, you guys love going in the voice chat when I'm live streaming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of y'all mofos in there. Might need to join after live stream again. Oh, we got the verification skipped API unavailable issue again. We are getting this issue again. This is like the 50th time I've tried to fix this API unavailable issue. Use codex CLI. Why is it looking at auto router? There should be old code that fixed this issue. Can you check? They have memory loss or the update. They have memory finally. Finally, they have memory. So there should be old code. Returned exit code, meaning the open router API. This isn't a UI bug. It's a real status. The verification couldn't run because the API wasn't reachable at that moment. We made code that made it what's it called, graciously skip open router and use codex CLI native. Can you see if that is there? Now clear the orchestrator versus running from the repo code, but it loads helper scripts from. That's why you see the old open router verifier. There's one more structural problem behind this recurring bug. Okay. So there's the old that uses open router, the repo has the new version that uses codex CLI. Natively, the updated code never made it to the live backspace. True for phase run.py. Okay, let's see if this guy fixes it first. Explains why this keeps coming back. Still says the factory sources came from. Oh, I have the permanent path now. The fix. I try to be as nice as possible, even when I make them do the same thing over again. I always say please and thank you. Is that good enough? I saw one guy say how Anthropic flags up swears and shit. Imagine one day, boom, blacklisted. Bro, that would be crazy. Nah, I saw the creator of Claude Code say that they actually use that indicator to see how many times Claude messes up or how many times Claude creates frustrations with its users, so it can look into why and fix it. Allegedly. Dude, you should definitely start to whitelist this app factory of yours, main. It's great. Many would sign up for big money. Like, it works clearly. Check out check out the first link in the description, bro. I have a wait list already. We've got 1,500 signups already so far. So yeah, there's a bit of pressure to make this perfect in my eyes. That's why my RAM costs a kidney. Scope trades, what's good, brother? Now I'm changing the workspace refresh rules, the verifier. Schema so the running factory stops inheriting that old packaged open router script. Nice, dude. Codex is a freaking gun, bro. So if it's fine, it shows a real product issue. Non-responsive state after failed. This, please fix this and optimize for user experience. Needs to work like a normal chatbot for simple tasks, and then like we intend it to for those more complex tasks. Ahem. I feel like there is a lot of confusion as to where to get the code from. You know, is it local or is it from the GitHub repo? I think what we need to do now is actually make it one source of truth. And I think the best outcome is to actually make it GitHub. So if we make GitHub the source of truth for our developer server, what we can do from there is every time we are happy with the build or happy with the state of the app factory, we can rebuild the app from that screenshot and operate that way. That feels like the smoothest way to continue. Now, if we do this, things may break because obviously we've been building up until this point locally. So what are your suggestions? How did you decide what business to do in AI? I feel like there's so many options and infinite things to do. It's a good question. You need to do research. You need to look into, what are you interested in, firstly, and then you need to do research. You need to look at where the opportunity is. You need to look at, is everyone just building voice annotation apps? If that's the case, don't build a voice annotation app. How many people are building, medical software? How many people are building things in different niches? How many people are building like kids book writer generators? How many people, you know what I mean? Like, you just need to find the opportunity, and it's easier said than done, but there's plenty of ways to do that. Just, you need to do the research first. That's where I feel like a lot of people mess up, is like they just start building an idea because they think it's a good idea. No, you need to validate that idea. You can do that through creating a landing page, talking about your idea, then putting ad spend behind it. Or even simpler, creating a Reddit post and being like, yo, is anyone interested in this? Or even simpler than that, just making a Twitter post or another Reddit post talking about a pain point that is related to the app idea and seeing if anyone else relates. Like, there's plenty of ways to validate and know where to look. You just gotta be creative. The main reason this issue is happening and builds feel consistent is because this looks like another live factory status regression. First I'm checking the screenshot, then I'll trace the current live status. Project state is different from verified bug. The dashboard is showing a real current backend status. And Mindflow AI are in review, and the review phase itself is deferring with review unavailable, retrying next loop. I'm tracing the running review path now to see whether it's still tied to OpenRouter and failing for the same reason. I found the bug. It already says, but scripts completely ignores that setting and always calls OpenRouter. So Review actually uses Codex CLI when configured, when OpenRouter only has an explicit fallback. Any reason you prefer Codex over Claude? Been using Claude Max and it's been great. Honestly, I prefer Claude Opus, but recently, like in the last 2 days, I've seen Codex do a lot of heavy lifting, especially when it comes to this more intricate sort of work. So I've been using Codex a lot more. Claude, I feel like, is really good at ideation and coming up with things and building the initial like UI and stuff. But I feel like Codex, when you have a really big project, is really good at like sifting through the code and finding what's wrong. Personally, that's what I've found. Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick little bathroom break. Give me like 1 minute. Silly don't want AI to come for you when it gets dark. They're gonna remember you like, nah, him. Bro, that's funny. Oh, nice. It's worked. Running review via Codex. Let's go. See, look how Codex just freaking pulls up, you know? Rebuild with the update. I want to create a simpler way to review updates for Duo code. Right now, every time an update happens, we need to rebuild the app. I think a simpler way is we just chuck all the code on GitHub, and every time there's a new update in the repo or etc., we are able to view it on a local host, HTML, and that way we're able to quickly verify if something works and then rebuild the app as a snapshot of the code at the time. Look into what the current setup is. How is the code being saved currently? And yeah, look into moving it all to GitHub if we haven't already. The screenshot, okay, root cause was already set. Nice. I fixed that in the actual app factory source. I also refreshed the live workspace, so now, this is perfect. This is way better. One caveat, I did not wait for a full live review cycle to finish because the review script runs the full mechanical checks first. It takes a while, but the specific bug causing open router credit failures in review is fixed. Perfect. Okay, this is great. Now let me chuck this in. Let's go plan first. Actually, maybe not plan. Let's just run it. The staircase paradox just broke my brain. What is that? Staircase paradox. Am I about to look this up? In mathematical analysis, the staircase paradox is a pathological example showing that limits of curves do not necessarily preserve their length. What? Dude, my maths knowledge outside of algebra, like anything above algebra, it's done, bro. Like, I can't help you. GitHub should be the source of truth. The current problem is not just old code exists, it's that factory code is split across 3 places and sometimes copied into the workspace that guarantees drift. Becomes the only source of factory code. The dev server always runs from a local checkout of that repo. Important nuance, don't make the live factory run from whatever is latest on GitHub automatically. Make GitHub canonical, but run from a pinned local checkout as a known commit. That gives you one source of truth without introducing random breakage from remote changes. Where? You just change, stop copying, make every runtime path. Do not keep syncing. If you want, I can implement this as the next change. All right, let's run with this. I think we should make GitHub the main source of truth. And I think we should make it so that every time there's a GitHub update, it automatically updates to that. Because what we're doing is we're testing new features quickly. That's what we want to do. So the best way to do that is every time a new update is added to the GitHub repo, it automatically updates the app. And if something breaks, we can always just revert because it's GitHub, so that's fine. And the app build is just a snapshot of that code. So I feel like this is the best method. And I don't mind the issues that come along with this. Like if something breaks when we upload new code or something. It's like I'm trying to convince ChatGPT to build this for me. Okay, this might break everything. Buckle in. Buckle in. Has never been pushed to GitHub's main branch. All development is on local branches that haven't been pushed. Pull it and review. What I recommend, since your code is already our next.js app, it naturally serves on no Electron rebuild needed. Push to GitHub so you can push the latest Duo code to main, pull to review any updates on localhost instantly, only rebuild the Electron. Yes, please. Please don't break everything. Please don't break everything. This could very well break everything. So hopefully we're good. ChatGPT, I meant Codex. Sorry, I used the wrong context, man. I meant Codex. Codex 5.4. Codex, ChatGPT, same thing, man. That was fast. ChatGPT is still good, just not as Claude, but for coding it's kind of shines on complex, like Opus. It's just one of them things I see you don't see, you see I don't see. Yeah, that's fair. Everyone has an opinion on this, you know. I've noticed everyone thinks something else is better than the other person. You know, a good chunk of people think Opus is better. A good chunk of people think GLM is better. Some people think Codex is better. Some people think Minimax is better. Some people die for Kimi. Some people die for Quen. Like, everyone has their own opinion on this. And I think that's fine. I mainly use local LLM and $10 a month Copilot sub. Gemma 4 and Nemotron 3 Super can get her done. Can get her done. You made my yearly salary in 1.5 months. Where are you based? My expenses are high though, you know. It's not cheap to code with AI. And I haven't really been optimizing for budget, so I'm just blowing tokens. Also, even though it's been 49 days now, it's split across a longer time frame than that because I'm not live streaming every day. So if it's like day 1 on Monday, day 2 might be on Wednesday, for example. So there's Tuesday that goes by that I guess isn't really being shown. Where do you run your local models? On my Mac Mini. And I haven't run anything other than Gemma 4, so I'm very new to the local model space. Don't ask me too many questions about it. I literally just did Gemma 4 yesterday, and I was pretty intrigued by it. It's quite an interesting space. But yeah, I don't think I'm well knowledgeable enough to be talking about it just yet. I'm looking to learn, but can't really speak too much on it right now. So where can I view open localhost? Oh, here we go. Why is it showing there? Wait, what? Confirm all the previous code and updates are in Git from the current build are in Git. In the test pass, I'm reading those failures now and patching them before I touch the live process. Okay, perfect. Doobie, you treated yourself to summon? Still made cash mean? Not really, honestly. The thing is, like, I started this whole live stream, personal brand building, content creation, AI and vibe coding thing as like a full like redo of my entire career, right? Because I was in marketing, I was in crypto and helping projects with their marketing. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to do my own thing. So with literally zero revenue, with zero money coming in, I was like, I'm going to start live streaming vibe coding and just see where it goes. And so that money that I've made, all it really does is just increase my run rate, you know? Makes me want to, gives me confidence to continue working on this and live streaming, because, you know, I'm not making a shit ton of money from the live streams and the content side of stuff. So it kind of helps. Maybe I hire an editor. I mean, I already have hired an editor, but yeah, it kind of helps me build out a team more confidently because I have a higher run rate, you know? Right now, my run rate is about a year. So it gives me a long enough time to, you know, have a bit of mental clarity in my head to come up with creative ideas that might be a bit risky or might be a bit, you know, which I like because I don't want to be thinking about money all the time. I don't want to have to feel like I need to milk money out of anyone or anything like that. I just want to do what I enjoy and what I'm passionate about. And so this gives me the ability to do that. And yeah, it's just honestly the ability to breathe, man. That's what I've treated myself with that money. But yeah, I mean, I got into this, like, I literally moved out of home. I was living with my parents like 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. And that is the same time when I stopped marketing and doing crypto. So it's kind of funny. Like, I put myself in a position where, okay, I'm no longer making any money and I'm now having to pay for rent. I'm having to pay for my living expenses, etc. And that was kind of intentional because I was like, okay, I got 6 figures in my bank account. This is going to last me for however long. And, I have to stay uncomfortable. I have to, get a bit hungry to figure out what the next thing is. And to do that, I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm paying rent. I'm burning money quickly. And that is what's kind of making me want to work harder. I work like way harder now than I was 12 months ago, because there's a level of like, oh shit, I might actually have to move back home if this shit doesn't work out. And that level of like risk for me is what keeps me motivated and what keeps me passionate and keeps me doing these things consistently every day. Because unless you have that, for me personally, if I don't have that, then I'm just going to be lazy. 12 months ago, I was smoking weed, going ham like every single day. Now I like can't even afford to do that. There's just no way. And it forces you to live differently, and I like it. I like my life. I'm happy. It's not for everyone, obviously, but this is just what works for me. Main, can we go back to marketing, Main? Yeah, hey, the Vibecoding stuff ain't working out, bro. Can we go back? Down, I'm bringing the dashboard back up through, so auto update is enabled, and I'm starting the orchestrator from the same repo checkout in a separate session. Okay, nice. This looks like it's working. I wish I did this from the start, man. The only remaining difference is firm build your code and latest updates are on GitHub. Here's the final. Okay, perfect. Why did I just send that? Do we need to update? Do we need to update Claude.md so new agent instances know where to look, etc. What are we building, Doobie? We are debugging our app factory. Once again, for the 100th time. And we are also building Duo Code, which is a simple way to get Claude and Codex to talk to one another, but it's not working, so we're going to try and fix that. Match Mind review still didn't pass. We're getting this review passing issue, which we need to fix. I think we need to loosen Codex's restrictions. It's just really weird because I know that when I send Codex, when I get Codex to review code that Claude has made, and I send that review findings from Codex back to Claude. Claude 9 times out of 10 fixes it. And when I get Codex to look and review it again, it's like done. Maybe there's 1 or 2 more issues. Send it back to Claude, fixes it, done. For some reason, here, even 3 attempts is not enough. So that, like, something's wrong. I know something's wrong, and I need to fix it. Maybe I run a new instance. Actually, I should probably get the current Codex to do it. What apps do I already have deployed? Currently, we have Plant Pulse and Split IOU. So out of 7 apps that we've tried to deploy, 2 have successfully succeeded. And then 1 hasn't been submitted yet, and 4 have been rejected. So what I'm trying to do is, we're at about a 25-30% success rate with these apps. And I'm trying to push that to at least 70-80%. Because unless we're at that level, then we can't really, I don't feel comfortable selling this thing. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're just kind of ironing out kinks. But yeah, check this one out. Check out check out Plant Pulse Pro. Can we go back to vibe hugging with Doobie? Let's do it, man. Let's virtual hug. Are you preparing for Claude, Mythos, ChatGPT, Spud, and the other massive models coming? I mean, yes and no. There's not much preparing to do, man. Like, you just gotta wait for it to come out, right? At the end of the day, like, it's gonna cost a lot of money, so you gotta think about, okay, is it worth it? Why did they get rejected? I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why they get rejected. Each has its own reason. What we can do is, in rejections, we can actually paste what the reason is, and then that reason is given to our build agent to fix. Push and merge. Done. I implemented the GitHub source of truth flow in the actual factory repo. Because GitHub is now becoming treated as authoritative, the runtime clone is intentionally serving the last merged GitHub commit right now, not my unmerged local edit. So the architecture is in place, but the new self-updating behavior will only become fully live after these changes are committed and merged to GitHub. Then the dev server is restarted. Once I commit or push anything yet, please commit and push everything live and review the app factory and see if anything breaks or if it even worked once merged. I found it on the App Store. Well, let me know if it's good. I don't see Plant Pulse Pro on the App Store. You might need to scroll a little bit. It's a bit hard to find because there's a bunch of other apps out there. But it looks like a leaf. How do you do the marketing for your apps? Because having an app launched isn't going to get, yeah, of course. So the next phase of this is actually to automate the marketing process, but we can't really get into that until we fix the app factory. But yes, I'm well aware that the apps will not be profitable unless the marketing is good. As a marketer myself, from a marketing background, I'm very well aware of that. Only problem is I don't want to get into the marketing unless this app factory is built first, because then we're just working on the next phase of things without the previous phase have been working properly. I think that Claude Opus 4.6 has been getting worse at coding over the past few days. I see that. I totally see that, bro. I feel like, yeah, it's not as good. And you know, some people rumor that they tend to do this before they release their next model. To make it feel like a bigger jump, but yeah. The merge is live on GitHub now. I'm restarting the local dev server so it boots directly from the freshly merged runtime snapshot. Then I'll verify the running path and factory health. The merge build is now the one actually running. I'm checking the live path, process path, source status. Couple of control panel endpoints so we can catch any obvious regression immediately. Okay, nice. Things are going smoothly right now. Targeted suit passed. One thing I found during the smoke test is that after I restarted the server for the cut over, the factory was paused because the orchestrator had been stopped as part of the restart. I started it again and it is now running normally in process and build. Wait for a full end-to-end app cycle to finish after the merge. So this is a smoke verification, not a complete production soak. Source itself is now live and working. Okay, cool. Nice. Perfect. We did it. We just moved our whole project from local to GitHub and it is now working live. Thank God. Let's run a test. Let's commit. Let's commit a update to change the background color to red. Then let's see if it works, and if it does, I'll tell you to revert. I have an app idea for like white noise and brown noise that artists can submit, kind of like Suno, but for noises. Interesting. I haven't heard of Suno. Is it going to be like a marketplace sort of vibe, or? So we're still serving the old color, which is expected until the auto update cycle rolls. I'm waiting through the next poll window, the runtime clone commit and the served HTML together. How long is the poll window? The test worked. To red, committed it, pushed it, and the live runtime clone pulled it automatically. I verified all 3 layers. So auto update patch path. Is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, nice. Cool, it's working. Alright. Can we revert back to the previous color now that we know it works? Sorry, but how do you actually plan to do the marketing? I don't think you answered that. Man, I've definitely answered that question probably like 50 times. But I plan to do the marketing through using Larry Brain, which is a Openclaw skill. If you want to learn more about it, check out this video right here. I replaced my entire marketing team with one Openclaw agent. I basically plan to utilize this to autonomously post on TikTok slideshows to push the app. That's kind of my plan. And I might even dibble and dabble, try some AI UGC, try a bunch of stuff. But yeah, that's all marketing is, man. It's just experimenting. Oh, my bad. All good, bro. All good. It's not like anyone asking the question knows that I've answered it, you know? But, yeah, I think marketing is all just experimentation, you know? Okay, dope. Now, if I open a new Claude instance, actually, no, it's fine. Okay, what we need to do now is as you can see from earlier fixes, we are still getting blocked after apps after failing 3 review passes. Something is obviously not right, because personally, from my own experience, I've seen that when I get Codex to review something and I give Claude those review notes, within 1 or 2 back and forths, it has completely mitigated all high risks and most medium risks. There'll only be like low risks and low findings left. So something in the handoff phase between Codex and Claude is clearly not working correctly. And I also think Codex may not be getting enough context around potentially the App Store rejection. Maybe we need to look into that. But yeah, I think we need to seriously reconsider certain things. I think we need to loosen Codex's review standards, maybe even slightly. But yeah, something's definitely wrong here in the handoff, and we need to maybe optimize and reconsider things. I tried to find that video in your YouTube library, but I can't find it. Can you please post the link? Oh, yeah. Really? That's really weird. I wonder why.
Then we posted now.
Are you in the Discord? I don't know if links work when I post them. Here, look. I'm sending this through. Let me know if you guys can actually see that chat or not, because I just sent it. So let me know. This will let me know if you guys can actually see links when I post it or not. Oh, it worked? You guys can see it? Okay, cool. Dope. I've never got the compact rebuild handoff. I've confirmed the biggest structural mess. The live GitHub runtime never got the compact rebuild handoff. The builder is still on the old giant prompt, and there are no build brief.md artifacts in the blocked projects. I'm checking the live review rubric now so I can separate handoff bug from reviewer to strict. Already contains the exact focused handoff we meant to deploy, and its targeted tests are green there. I'm finishing that verification, then I'll decide whether to port that implementation straight into the live repo or stop if there's a real incompatibility with the current main. Already tested compact handoff from the two things. In the live repo, deploy the compact repair loop that never made it to GitHub and add rejection context into the review prompt when it exists. That addresses both likely root causes the evidence points to. Thing is, it's worth noting that these apps failed 3 reviews and got blocked before we went live on the GitHub. So I'm wondering, were we already using this specific fix that isn't live on GitHub? Is there any way to check? You were the one who created this fix between review and build phase. I'm just thinking of ideas. Imagine if that sells. Okay, fair enough. By the way, not trying to make hate or drama, but I like your vibes over Bridge Mine. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I think we got different vibes, you know? Bit more relaxed over here. What exactly is your business model? That's a very broad question. We have a lot of different things that we're working on. We've got App Factory, we've got the apps launching from the App Factory, we've got Duo Code. Personally, outside of this challenge, we've got my sponsorship deals, we've got my YouTube ad revenue, there's so many different things. It's probably like 5-10 different business models. So you got to be a bit more specific. for live repo test failures. I'm pulling the exact failures now. Most likely it's because the repo's current tests were behind the new prompt config shape rather than a logic break. A test shape drift, not logic failures. Those tests were still stubbing in the old workspace script path, but the live runtime now resolves scripts from app resources. I'm fixing the live tests to match the deployed pathing. Forward any app store rejection context from state.v or decision.v. That way, review can judge whether a rebuild actually addressed the rejection instead of evaluating in a vacuum. The bulk handle files are in the live repo. I'm doing this small manual patch for review context now, so Apple rejecting history is visible to the reviewer when it exists. Okay, cool. I found a deeper issue under the failed test. The Python runner is still resolving helper scripts and build prompt paths from the workspace, not from app resources. That means the GitHub source of truth cut over is still leaky. I'm tracing those references now because I don't want to ship the compact handoff on top of another mixed source bug. Fixing the runner to call review verify logging scripts from app resources, not from the workspace copy. That both unblocks the test and closes the biggest remaining single source of truth hole in the live repair loop. Okay, let me just add that here. I'm just gonna say, please, I think we need to do like an architecture. Please do an architectural review on the current build and make sure there are no additional leakages from local versus GitHub source of truth. This is a prompt that I need to line up. Review log scripting from app resources, not from the workspace copy. That both unblocks the test and closes the biggest remaining single source of truth hole in the live repair loop. Okay. You said please, nerd joke. Remember, be kind to your AI. Bro, I always say please. What you talking about? Was just referring to the app stuff. Furthermore, if you don't mind me asking, what's your tech stack? Considering investing in a Claude subscription. Oh, bro, what? What do you mean you're considering investing in a Claude subscription, bro? Get a Claude subscription right now, bro. Claude Opus is literally the best model you can work with right now. So if you're not using it, then you're literally gonna be behind. Codex is close contender. I really like Codex. I'm using it right now, and I find some days I like Claude, some days I like Codex. Right now, I'm actually kind of fucking with Codex. But I reckon the app stuff is literally, so this app factory that I'm building right here is something that I'm going to monetize. First link in the description, you can see there is a sign up link. We've already gotten 1,500 signups. And this is something that I'm looking to create a monthly subscription out of, and potentially have some monthly recurring revenue coming through, which will be nice to share with you guys when that does happen. And then the second thing is, this will also be a closed group, by the way. We're not going to have a bunch of people. It'll be a closed high-end item. So I'm not looking to make this cheap. I'm not looking to make this available for everyone. I'm just looking to make this available for a small group of people who want to use it, who are willing to pay for what we're pricing it at. It's probably going to be around $100. And then App Store apps that we're building, obviously we're going to start marketing these. This is really important to me because I need to show to you guys and to anyone who's interested in the App Factory that if it works. So if my apps aren't successful, no one's going to want to buy the App Factory. So I need to make sure that the marketing is on point with these apps, and customers are coming in, etc., for people to be interested in the App Factory, because then I can say, hey, look, the app that my App Factory made is generating X revenue. And then the third thing, we also have Duocode, which we're building, which is basically kind of looking to replace Conductor. And I want to start building my projects through Duocode because I want to build my own environment that I can kind of mesh and move around, and then that's also something that I could monetize in future as well. So yeah, that's kind of the current business model. And that's kind of why you can see the last couple of live streams, maybe the last 10, 15 live streams, like my earnings hasn't changed at all. And it's because I'm literally building out this brand new business model, which isn't even live yet. So, you know, I feel like it would be so easy for me to add like a few $100 here and there, and no one would bat an eye, right? I've made $47,000. Like, I could easily do that and no one would care. But I think there's a level of transparency here where I literally haven't changed the pricing at all. And you can see that in the last like 10, 15 days. Maybe it's actually has moved like $100 or $200 just purely based off of like the Ore Miner app and Sway. But like, yeah, it's literally live in the flesh, man. App Factory has a marketing feature. We plan to implement one if possible, but that'll probably come down the line. If anything, we might even create like a boot camp for users who have the App Factory to show them how I'm successfully marketing my apps, and you guys can copy. Like, yeah, there's definitely ways we'd workarounds and stuff. The live Ripper still had an incomplete and the compact handoff only existed in the workspace copy until now. I'm patching the libraries. Patching the live source so review uses the right provider, receives rejection context, and the current blocked apps can get a real build brief instead of another noisy rebuild. Actually, I haven't even looked at this no app pass thingy. Yo, what's going on here? So this is reviewing the no app pass, I believe. Yo, that is a cool icon. Focus Flow AI. That is a sick icon, man. Damn. Dude, the AI's gotten really good at creating icons, I've realized. We've actually aced our icon creation. Still not replying to my yo. Make sure all changes are committed and pushed / merged to GitHub. It's reviewing Matchmind. Hey, nice. It actually created this. This looks good. It seems to be failing. How long is it going to do that for? Why is it reviewing match mine? Confused. The next rebuild uses the compact scope immediately, even for apps that were blocked before. This code reached the live repo. It's worth noting that you can see here that MatchMind is blocked from further reviews. However, Simulator is actually opening and closing the MatchMind app right now as we speak, almost as if it is being reviewed. So I'm a bit confused. I'm wondering, is that you're doing, or is something broken and the blocked state is not actually blocking? Oh shit. Yo. What's happened here? Keep that as a queue, and then we'll actually change this to architectural review. On the current build, and make sure ensure there are no additional leakages from local versus GitHub source of truth. As we recently went to GitHub, and whenever an update is made or merged, it auto shows on localhost. Localhost not running. Why did you stop All Miner? Or what's the progress on it? Why is that project like shut off? We stopped All Miner because we just lost traction, man. Like, I'm friends with the guys at Mine More, who were our biggest competitors, and they're just on that shit 24/7. Like, the OR protocol is quite simple, but you know, I'd be dreaming if I thought that I could compete with a team who is up to date and following it 24/7. You know what I mean? So I just stopped. I kept losing customers, and my users were moving to Mine More, and I was just like, you know what? It's not actually worth me doing this, because you know, I'm juggling more than just ore miner. I'm juggling a live stream. I'm juggling a Vibecoding challenge. I'm juggling a YouTube channel. I'm juggling building a community. I'm juggling my personal brand. I'm juggling all these other things. Like, I don't want to just stick to ore miner. You know what I mean? So I was like, there's no way I can compete with a team of 4 who are purely just looking at ore 24/7. How can we optimize it? How can we build it in a way that's like better for blah, blah, blah. So I let go of it. I was like, you know what? It's not worth it, man. And you know, the ore ecosystem is getting smaller and smaller. When I first started working on it, there was like so much money in there. There was like $1 million in trading, millions of dollars in trading volume happening every single day. Now, and there was thousands of dollars being made across multiple different miners. Now there's like probably a few $100 being made, and it's like which miner is gonna capture majority of that market share. I don't want to fight for like $300, you know what I mean? So that's the whole reason I stopped with the ore miner, because it just wasn't really what I wanted to focus on. But yeah, shout out Mine More team for sure. Oh, I hit my error. I hit my usage. Well, the next step is to resume the blocked apps now and watch. Dude, localhost ain't even live, bro. And I just hit my limit. Oh, that's annoying. What are we on with Claude? We're about to hit it too. Let's do this. So we just ran out of our codex usage rate, and localhost is not running. So can we look into why and fix it? Looking to continue where codex left off. That ore miner story is interesting. I wonder if it highlights something though. You clearly had a customer on-ramp funnel that was capturing a user base that your competitor was missing. Ninja, you have money, invest more. I wonder if it highlights some potential for freelanced customer acquisition channels or something. I mean, yeah, 100% it does. I actually offered to them, look, like if you need a marketing guy, I'm open to doing a few hours a week. And one of the founders, he talks to me pretty often. He was really interested in potentially bringing me on, but at the end of the day, they just couldn't afford me. Like, I'm doing so much, so I need to measure the opportunity cost if I am working for someone else. You know, if I am doing the marketing for them, that's a few hours out of my week that is going out of my YouTube creation, my live streaming, everything else. And that is bringing in a lot of value for me. So you need to be able to match the value or exceed it. And so if you can't provide that, then yeah, and they couldn't match or exceed, and so we just left it on a good note. Okay, we're back. Dude, look at that. How cool is that icon? That's a really cool icon. I think I need to add, because we're running out of usage limits. So let's say notes for tomorrow. I'm just going to say icons keep getting regenerated. Not sure why. moved everything to GitHub. Need to add a architectural review. And then I'll probably just say, take that out. We can take that out. Take that out. Into the review and build handoff. Biggest issue right now. Oh, this looks cool. Yo, focus flow looks really nice. Look at that. I need to take a screenshot of this. When app is opened by simulator, they get turned sideways for some reason. All right, those are the notes. But it's looking good, man. I really like the focus flow app. It looks clean. Nice. As expected, the streamer is not only aware of what I'm saying, but 3 or 4 steps ahead. Good, glad. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, I'm new here. Is this real? Can you really make it from Vibecoding? Yes and no. I think it's a lot harder than people think it is. But I don't know. It's a big challenge, man. Me and a lot of people in the Discord are trying to figure it out. That's the correct status from the update. Okay. Does skip blocked projects at line 323. So the simulator issue Codex was investigating when matchmine was being opened despite being blocked was likely from a previous run or different process. That's not happening now. Let me wait for the review to finish to confirm the fix works end to end. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. We hit our Codex rate limit, and we're about to hit our Claude. My throat's killing me, so I'll probably cut it there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you all giving me company. I think we made progress. It was a lot of kind of back-end building today rather than actual fixing the app factory, which is kind of annoying, but hey, you don't get to choose what days you do what. Sometimes you just got to do the boring stuff and see what sticks. But yeah, definitely some interesting conversations we had today. Thanks for tuning in on the live streams, guys. K-Boom, you just joined, but I'm leaving, so I hope I answered your question. Slyfawn, I'll catch you. Nose Knight, peace out. Bake, I'll catch you. Toro, thanks for keeping me company, bro. Joshua, I'll catch you. Silly Led, A-Trades, COD, IEH, Graduation Bear. Thank you. Automator Lab, a Starship. Peace out. Stick Kurdish. I'll catch you guys later. Scope Trades. Thank you. Peace. See you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Same time.